Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to add ConvertBox form responses in Microsoft Excel. So are you also using ConvertBox for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I am using ConvertBox for my business, and I wish that as soon as a new form responses is submitted in my ConvertBox, automatically the details of that response should be added to my Microsoft Excel too. For this, we are going to create a connection between ConvertBox and Microsoft Excel. To create this connection without doing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use ConvertBox, and for action, we are using Microsoft Excel. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we are going to learn how to add ConvertBox response in Microsoft Excel. So to do this, I have already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button right over here which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to add ConvertBox form responses in Microsoft Excel. And then we are going to click on this button right over here which says create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. By this, you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select the trigger application which is ConvertBox because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my ConvertBox account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new lead submission. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between our workflow and a ConvertBox account. So first I'm going to copy this URL. And now we are going to open our ConvertBox account. And over here you can see that this is my account and I've already logged in it. So it is advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation because it makes the procedure easy. And over here you can see that this is my ConvertBox. So I'm going to open this. And over here you can see that this is the form that I've created. So I'm going to click on edit. And over here you can see that this is the same form. So I'm going to click on the elements. And then we are going to go on form settings. And from here we are going to go on integrations, and then we are going to click on add integrations. And now it is asking me to select the integration. So I'm going to keep it as webhooks, and now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So I'm going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow, and then we are going to click on add integration. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added our webhook, and now we are going to click on save. And now after clicking on save, we are going to click on next, again next, next, and then finish. And yes, you can see that it is saying your changes have been saved successfully. So we are going to click on go to dashboard. And now we have successfully added the webhook URL. And now it is saying waiting for a webhook response. So we have to do the test submission in order to capture the webhook response. So to do this, I'm going to open my form. So I'm going to open it. And over here you can see that this is my form. So I'm going to enter the details and do a test submission. And yes, you can see that I've entered the details. First name as demo, last name as user, email as demo@pabblytudes.com. This is the phone number, this is the street address. Over here you can see the city, the state and the pin code. And now we are going to click on submit to submit this form. And yes, we have successfully submitted this form. So now I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. So we are going to wait for a few seconds. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response of our submission. Over here you can see the first name that we entered, the last name, the phone number, the postal code. Over here you can see the state. We are going to move on forward. Over here you can see see the city, and over here you can see the address. So with this, our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. For our action application, we are going to select it as Microsoft Excel because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my ConvertBox account, automatically the details of that form submission should be added in my Microsoft Excel too. So I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add row to worksheet, and then we are going to click on connect again. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Microsoft Excel account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, again you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Microsoft Excel. And now it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on accept, Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we are going to click on accept, you can see that we have successfully connected our Microsoft Excel account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the workbook name. So to let you know the name of my workbook, I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel. And over here you can see the name of my workbook is ConvertBox and the name of my worksheet is Sheet 1. So I'm going to select ConvertBox right over here. And yes, you can see that as soon as I change the name of my workbook, automatically Pabbly changed the drive ID. So we don't have to change this. Now we are moving on to our worksheet. So over here we are going to select it as Sheet 1. And now it is asking me for the details we have entered in our worksheet, which is name, email, number, address, city, state and postal code. Over here you can see that it is asking me for the same. So we are going to map this. Mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected ConvertBox as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new lead submission in my ConvertBox. So I'm going to give you an example that if I'm going to enter the name, suppose demo, right over here, it will not change with every new lead submission because I've entered it as manually and this is not dynamic. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here. So we are going to map the first name. Over here we are going to search for name, and over here you can see the first name and last name. So first you are going to map the first name, put a space, and then we are going to map the last name. We are going to move on forward. We are going to map the email. So I'm going to search for email, and over here you can see the same email address. So I'm going to map it. We are going to do same for the number. I'm going to search for it. And as you can see the phone number that we entered, we are going to map this. We are going to do same for the address. I'm going to search for address. And over here you can see new street. So I'm going to map this again. We are going to do same for the city too. I'm going to search for it. We are going to map Bhopal. And again we are going to do it for the state. I'm going to search for it. We are going to map Madhya Pradesh. We are going to do same for the postal code also. I'm going to search for code, and over here you can see same, so I'm going to map it. And now after mapping all these details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that our details have been added in our Microsoft Excel too. So I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel, and then we are going to check that if the details have been added or not. And yes, you can see the details have been added. Over here you can see the name, the email, the number, address, city, state and postal code. So with this our workflow is successful, but I'll just test the workflow once. And this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, I'm going to open my ConvertBox form, and we are going to do another test submission. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user, email as test@pabblytuts.com. For the phone number, I'm going to keep it as this time. And now for the street address, I'm going to keep it as Old Street. For the postal code, I'm going to keep it as this, city as Indore, and the state as Madhya Pradesh only. And then we are going to click on submit. But as soon as we are going to click on this submit, it will automatically send these details to our Microsoft Excel too. So first you are going to click on this. And yes, you can see that we have successfully submitted it. And now we are going to open our Microsoft Excel account and check that if Pabbly has sent the details to our Microsoft Excel or not. So I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel, and yes, you can see name test user, email test@pabblytuts.com, Over here you can see the new number that we entered. Over here you can see the address, the city, the state and the postal code. So with this, my workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For a trigger application, we selected ConvertBox. For the trigger event, we selected new lead submission. For the action application, we selected Microsoft Excel, and then for the action event, we selected add row to worksheet, because I wanted that as soon as a new lead submission is made in my ConvertBox account, automatically a row should be added in my worksheet adding the same details. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the 2 details I added during this video. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.